Organisers of Operation Dudula in KwaZulu-Natal have alleged mistreatment at the hands of the state. This comes after the denial of their application to hold demonstrations in Durban today. Our reporter, Nkosikhona Duma, is following the story and joins us live now from Durban. Nkosikhona, do you have any idea what leaders of Operation Dudula plan to do following the dismissal of their plan to march there today?
Well, I'll tell you that the leaders of Operation Dudula and KZN are saying that they will now be postponing their planned demonstrations here in Durban until after the Easter weekend. You're correct, they have alleged mistreatment at the hands of the police. In fact, Mfana Futsi Dumagude was with me here. He is one of the organizers of that march that was, the application was dismissed by officials in eThekwini. He joins me now live here in Durban amid, of course, a heavy police presence in the Durban CBD. Mr. Dumagude, talk to us about, firstly, the allegations that you were mistreated by the police, that they physically harmed you.
Yes, it happened yesterday at around about 12:35. I was walking down West Street and then just a van of the police van just stopped by, and then 4 police officers came out, and then they pulled me, or like they just grabbed me, and then they started to search me, you know what I mean, and then they started to search me, but very, very aggressively, you know what I mean, and then they pulled my track pants down, you know, stripping me off clothes, and then they opened my private part, and then I asked them, like, is this how police are supposed to be conducting themselves? Then they say, yeah, we are police, we can do whatever we want, we have a permission to search anybody we want to search. But I said, you are only doing this to me, yeah, like you are not doing it to anybody else, yeah. And then they say, no, don't give us an attitude. When they started swearing at me, and then they kept on, they opened my file, they opened the file. I told them there's no weapon in the file. There's no possibility that there could be a weapon in the file, because it's just a black file, you know, that I was carrying, you know what I mean, like with my documents inside. And then they opened that. They started swearing at me, you know, like, you know, pushing me, and, you know, all this sort of things, you know what I mean. And then I didn't know what I did. And then they started filming me, you know, like taking a video and taking me pictures. And then I asked them, why are you doing this? I put up my hand like this, and then I said, why are you doing this? And then they were swearing at me, you know. And then there was 4 officers. And then the only 2 names I managed to capture is Constable Ndando and Constable Tele. They were all very, very aggressive towards me. You know, it's a harassment, you know, completely. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are using the apartheid regime tactics to deal with people, you know what I'm saying? And then we are not even doing anything wrong. What we are addressing is the problem that is well known within the country, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we are breaking any laws. We're not breaking any laws. We are just fighting to implement the constitution which was created by the South African government.
So have you opened any case against the police whom you allege have assaulted you?
Not yet, but I am going to open a case of it's sexual harassment and assault. You know, like, it is an harassment, what happened yesterday. I don't believe that they had any grounds to come and do what they did to me.
Okay, it appears to me that your plans to implement Operation Dudula in KwaZulu-Natal is being confronted with some kind of hardship, difficulties. You are saying you're now postponing until the Easter weekend. The eThekwini municipality has denied your application. There's a heavy police presence here. You allege that you were assaulted by the police. How then do you think you're going to be ready after the Easter weekend?
Well, the information is that the police did not have capacity to deal with such an event. Therefore, I think
But sorry, these are the same police that allowed the EFF to march under lockdown. There have been many demonstrations here, so, yeah.
Well, you know what, I think I cannot really engage in terms of those dynamics, because, you know, I'm not one of the SAF's members, but obviously there are hardships in terms of like us being granted the permission to come and gather and conduct the operation. But I believe that maybe after the Easter weekend, there will be like a way forward with regards to the launch that we are supposed to be having here in KZN, and I'm quite hopeful that it will come into part. You know what I'm saying?
Operation Dudula has been trending for some time now, but there are people whom I think fairly do not understand what is this that you want exactly, and why targets Durban specifically, because since its inception it's really been concentrated in Johannesburg. Why come to Durban, and what do you hope to achieve?
Well, obviously the aim is to launch throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal. You know what I'm saying? I believe that this is a very, very influential province. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the dynamics of the social dynamics of this country. So therefore, it is very, very important that Operation Dudula is alive in KZN. You know what I'm saying? But already now I'm very happy that we already have a Durban structure, you know what I'm saying, like eThekwini. There's already a structure in place, you know what I'm saying, and then other regions will follow, you know what I'm saying, like your Pietermaritzburg and other regions are going to follow.
Well, you're saying they're going to follow, but for me, it's still difficult how you plan to get it off the ground, because as you say, you can't march today because the police have told you that they do not have the capacity for this, and this is, of course, despite the history of major demonstrations taking place in Durban, with the police being there. Also, you were allegedly assaulted by the police yesterday. Surely one would say that you launched this prematurely in KZN, and maybe the ground is not fertile enough for you.
No, I cannot really say that. I think let's just be positive and allow the process to unfold, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm very, very quite hopeful that everything is going to go well. You know what I'm saying? After the Easter weekend, and then we'll be able to be granted the permission to do what we were known to be doing as Operation Dudula. And we are law-abiding citizens of South Africa. We don't break any laws, you know what I mean? We don't break any laws. We're just implementing what is in the constitution of this country and the bylaws.
What exactly is in the constitution of this country that you are implementing?
Well, you know very well in terms of the immigrant policies, you know, that if you come to this country, obviously there are certain measures and procedures that need to be followed, and then you'll have to go through those channels in order for you to be here legally. And then what we are saying is that the influx of illegal immigrants in South Africa is way too much, and it's not safe for us. Like, for instance, myself, I was attacked in Yeoville, and I was stabbed twice in the head by two illegal immigrants. I'm not going to say the country of origin, but I know the people who attacked me in Yeoville, and people knows the people who are dominating the Yeoville space and who are conducting all the criminal activities there in Yeoville. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Which specific piece of legislation are you using? Because you are saying that you're implementing the constitution, you're using policies. I'm just interested as to which specific policies.
Well, it's very, very simple, my brother. That the constitution says it's very loud and clear that if a foreign national comes to open a business in South Africa, they should at least have 5 million and above. You know what I'm saying? So if you look around,
where in the constitution does it say that if you have a foreign national, you need to have 5 million rands and above?
It's section 38. Yes, in the constitution that specifies that if you are a foreign national coming to open a business in South Africa, you should at least have 5 million to start up your business. So most of the people that we are seeing conducting business here, it's informal trading which they are doing, and I believe that that opportunity should be given to South Africans, because we also have people who want to enter into a business space, like the hawkers, like the street vendors, you know what I mean, like here in the workshop, and even in Johannesburg. So those people, they feel that they are being deprived the opportunity as South African also to engage in the small business sector, you know.
You say Section 38. What exactly does it say? Because I'm not aware of such an act.
Well, it speaks of a person who is a foreigner coming to open a business in this country, and then it clearly stipulates that they should at least have 5 million to open a business or to start a business in this country.
But South Africa as well is a country that abides to issues of human rights. We are a country that is welcoming of people who have to come into this country if they are refugees and for reasons that are particularly clear. And when people are running away from war, from starvation, from extreme poverty, they will not necessarily have the papers. What then do we do about those people?
Well, I do not know of any war that is happening within our surrounding countries. Maybe you can school me in terms of that. Myself, I do not know any war. Is there any war within our neighboring countries currently? As people are flocking into this country now illegally, is there any wars happening? Me, myself, I'm not privy to that information. Maybe if you do have that information, you can share with me. But myself, I'm not aware of any war that is taking place within neighboring countries of our country, South Africa. I'm not aware of that.
Okay, let's talk about your plan to hold your demonstrations in after Easter. What is the plan going forward then? From now, what can we expect you to do?
Well, it's simple, my brother. We are law-abiding citizens of South Africa. Therefore, we respect the laws of this country as much as we are fighting for them to be implemented and enforced. So the same thing applies to us. So it means if we are not granted permission, we need to go through the same channels again until we are being granted permission, and then therefore we hold our launch in Durban. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nkosikhona Duma. Well, that was Nkosikhona Duma, who's the provincial coordinator for Operation Dudula here. He's spoken a lot. He says that they want foreign nationals to come here only if they are millionaires, if they've got 5 million rand, and he claims that that is part of the constitution. That is something that I will say because I'm out here on the ground. It's information that we've got to ascertain and verify for ourselves.
Absolutely, Nkosikhona. Thank you so much for that. We will, of course, continue to monitor that high police visibility in Durban. Up next.